Have you ever found yourself daydreaming about traveling the world in your golden years, finally visiting the places you never had time for? It's a comforting thought. Fewer responsibilities, more freedom, and the chance to explore without a tight schedule. But have you also stopped to consider whether your body, your energy, or even your finances are ready for the reality of travel after 70? While travel can still be enjoyable and meaningful later in life, it comes with a unique set of challenges that many people don't anticipate until they're already in the middle of a trip. As we age, the demands of travel, long flights, unfamiliar environments, sudden schedule changes, can become harder to handle, both physically and mentally. Many older adults assume they'll travel just like they did decades ago, but the truth is, post-retirement travel often looks and feels very different. What once felt like an exciting adventure can quickly turn into a stressful or even hazardous ordeal if you're not prepared for what might come your way. If you're over 70 or have loved ones who are, don't let travel turn from a dream into a danger. Before you plan your next trip, take a few minutes to understand the risks and how to avoid them. Your safety, peace of mind, and financial well-being are worth it. In this video, we'll explore 5 major reasons why traveling after the age of 70 can carry unexpected risks. From medical emergencies in unfamiliar places to financial surprises that can drain your savings. These are things every senior should consider before booking that next flight or cruise. Our aim is to help you travel smarter and more safely. By understanding these challenges, you'll be better equipped to make informed decisions about when, where, and how to travel as you get older. Watch until the end to make sure your next journey is memorable for the right reasons, especially the final point, which covers a common mistake many seniors overlook and often regret. Let's get into it. Number 1, the growing health risks and unseen medical challenges. Traveling after 70 brings with it a higher risk of health complications that can escalate quickly if not properly anticipated. As we grow older, our immune systems weaken and our bodies respond differently to physical stress, making common health conditions such as hypertension, diabetes, or heart issues more likely to flare up in unexpected ways while on the move. At home, you know where to go and who to call if something goes wrong. But when you're in a new city, or worse, in another country, getting the medical help you need can be a complicated and time-consuming process. What might be a manageable issue in familiar surroundings can suddenly become serious or even life-threatening when you're far from your usual healthcare providers. Travel-related conditions such as deep vein thrombosis during long-haul flights, altitude-related breathing difficulties, and temperature-related ailments like heat stroke or hypothermia can hit seniors especially hard. Even something seemingly minor like a stomach bug or urinary infection can escalate faster due to slower recovery rates in older adults. The risk of exposure to unfamiliar viruses and bacteria is also higher for seniors. Immune systems that aren't as strong as they once were can make even a common cold turn into pneumonia. Traveling means contact with many people in airports, buses, and tourist sites, environments where infection can spread easily. Imagine this. You're halfway through a long-awaited tour of Europe. You wake up one morning feeling a little dizzy and short of breath, but brush it off as jet lag. By mid-afternoon, the symptoms worsen, and now you're in a hotel room in a city where you don't speak the language, unsure of where the nearest hospital is or whether your insurance will cover anything. That moment of uncertainty, fear, and helplessness is something no traveler wants to experience, yet it happens far more often than you might think. Take the case of Maria, a 76-year-old retired teacher who flew to South America to visit historical landmarks. She was healthy and active, but she hadn't realized how the high altitude of her destination would affect her. Just days after arrival, she began experiencing intense fatigue, dizziness, and shortness of breath. What was initially dismissed as jet lag turned out to be altitude sickness, compounded by an undiagnosed heart condition. A rush trip to a local clinic with limited English-speaking staff and outdated equipment added to the stress. Though she recovered, Maria later admitted that skipping a pre-trip medical checkup had nearly cost her her life. Another critical factor many overlook is medical coverage. Standard health insurance policies often don't extend beyond national borders. Some seniors don't realize this until they're faced with thousands of dollars in bills for hospital stays, prescriptions, or emergency evacuations. Without the right travel insurance, even a basic doctor's visit can turn into a financial nightmare. So what's the smart move? If you're thinking about traveling after 70, start by consulting your physician. Get a thorough checkup, review your medications, and ask about the risks tied to your destination's altitude, climate, and healthcare infrastructure. Pack a personalized medical kit, carry extra medication, and keep your doctor's contact information handy. If traveling internationally, purchase a reliable travel insurance policy that includes emergency evacuation and hospitalization coverage. It's not a luxury, it's a necessity. Maintaining your health is essential to enjoying your later years, and being proactive can help prevent serious issues while you're away. While health risks are a major factor in senior travel, they're only one part of the larger picture. There are other dangers, emotional, logistical, and financial, that are just as important to consider. Number 2, why seniors are more likely to get sick while traveling. As we age, our bodies respond differently to environmental stress, and that includes exposure to germs, contaminated food, and unclean surfaces. Many people over 70 don't realize just how easily travel can expose them to illness until they're already unwell in an unfamiliar place. When you're older, something as simple as catching a cold on an airplane can lead to serious complications. The immune system becomes less efficient at fighting off new viruses and bacteria, meaning what starts as a mild cough can progress into something far more serious. Infections like bronchitis, pneumonia, or gastrointestinal illness are not just more common, they're harder to recover from. Modern air travel presents a perfect storm of health hazards: cramped seating, shared armrests, recycled air, and limited movement for hours. Add to that crowded terminals and public transport, and you're navigating a minefield of potential infections. And the real issue isn't just catching a bug, it's how severely your body reacts to it when you're over 70. Dining out is another hidden risk. A younger person might bounce back from a questionable meal in a day or two, but for seniors, food poisoning can quickly lead to dehydration and exhaustion. And because international cuisine often includes ingredients or preparation methods unfamiliar to your digestive system, even well-cooked meals can cause trouble. Picture this: Margaret, 72, was on a cultural tour through Morocco. One afternoon, she stopped at a busy street market and tried a fresh juice made from local fruits. Within hours, she was suffering from severe stomach cramps and vomiting. The local clinic treated her for food poisoning, but the incident forced her to skip several planned activities and altered the mood of the entire trip. It was a harsh reminder that even seemingly harmless experiences can carry hidden risks for seniors. Places you expect to be safe, like hotels, can also pose hidden dangers. Surfaces such as door handles, light switches, bathroom fixtures, and elevator buttons often harbor germs that can survive for days if not cleaned properly. Since seniors might touch these frequently for support or balance, it increases their risk of picking up infections. Even freshly made bed sheets or towels may sometimes carry bacteria or fungi, especially in older or budget accommodations. To reduce your risk, consider some simple precautions. Travel with disinfectant wipes and use them on surfaces you'll touch frequently. Stick to bottled water, not just for drinking, but for brushing your teeth too. Carry a personal cutlery set for meals on the go, and always pack medications for stomach and respiratory issues, just in case. Imagine this: you're halfway through your dream vacation when suddenly you start feeling weak, with chills and stomach cramps. You suspect the hotel's water supply might have been contaminated, and the illness hits harder than anything you've dealt with in years. Days of rest in a foreign country, medical visits, and disrupted plans follow, all because of something as simple as a glass of water or an unclean bathroom faucet. The takeaway here is simple: the world isn't inherently dangerous, but your body at 70 plus is not the same as it was at 40. The precautions you take now aren't overreactions. They're necessary steps to ensure you stay healthy enough to enjoy the journey. If this message resonates with you, drop a number 2 in the comments to let me know you're still watching. And if you haven't yet, subscribe and hit that bell icon. We're diving into more important reasons why travel after 70 requires extra planning and care. Let's move on to the next point. Number 3, why travel can be draining for seniors and how it impacts recovery. Imagine an elderly traveler stepping off a long international flight only to find herself navigating crowded terminals, hauling heavy luggage, and trying to stay alert despite overwhelming exhaustion. For many seniors over 70, this scenario is all too common. What should be an exciting start to an adventure quickly turns into a test of endurance. Unlike younger travelers who can bounce back quickly, older adults often face lingering fatigue that lasts for days or even weeks after their trip. This kind of exhaustion slows recovery, weakens the immune system, and raises the risk of accidents or illnesses. One of the main reasons is disrupted sleep patterns. Staying in unfamiliar hotels, adjusting to different time zones, and coping with noisy surroundings can make restful sleep difficult to come by. For seniors, poor sleep doesn't just mean tiredness. It can worsen memory, increase stress, and aggravate existing heart or respiratory conditions. Studies have shown that jet lag's effects intensify with age. Older travelers often take longer to adjust to new time zones, leaving them feeling drained and out of sync well after they arrive. This ongoing tiredness can overshadow the enjoyment of their trip, turning what should be a joyful experience into an exhausting challenge. Physical strain also plays a role. Sitting for extended periods on planes, buses, or trains can cause stiff joints, swollen legs, and heightened risk of blood clots, particularly troubling for seniors with circulation or arthritis issues. These symptoms can persist long after the journey, limiting mobility and comfort. Even once at their destination, the demands continue. Exploring unfamiliar places, managing luggage, and following busy schedules require stamina that many seniors may not realize they lack until fatigue sets in. Picture a 76-year-old man excited to explore a historic city, but soon finding himself too drained to keep up with the walking tours. His muscles ache and concentration fades. He's forced to cut his sightseeing short and spend the rest of the day resting, something he didn't anticipate before the trip. Nutrition and hydration add to the challenge. Trying new foods can upset sensitive stomachs, and constant movement can lead to dehydration. Not drinking enough water causes dizziness, weakness, and worsens fatigue, making even simple tasks more difficult. To avoid these pitfalls, seniors should schedule rest days, avoid cramming too many activities, and stay hydrated throughout the trip. Breaking long travel into shorter segments, bringing nutritious snacks, and allowing time for naps can significantly reduce exhaustion. Gentle stretching also helps ease stiffness. Ask yourself, are you prepared to listen to your body and slow down when needed? Can you build flexibility into your travel plans to accommodate extra rest? Being honest about your limits before you go can help you design a trip that leaves you energized, not drained. Most importantly, recognizing one's limits and adapting plans accordingly is essential. Traveling should enhance life's enjoyment, not leave you spent and needing weeks to recover. Though travel fatigue is a major concern for seniors, it's only part of the picture. There are other important risks that require attention to ensure safe and fulfilling travel after 70. Number 4, higher risk of falls and injuries. Picture yourself navigating a crowded airport terminal, balancing a heavy suitcase while trying to keep track of your boarding pass and watch the departure screens. The floors are smooth but slippery, announcements echo through the space, and there's a constant flow of people bumping past. For travelers over 70, moments like this are filled with hidden risks. One of the most serious hazards for travelers over 70 is the heightened chance of falls and injuries. As we age, changes in balance, muscle strength, and bone density mean that even small slips or trips can lead to significant harm. Unlike younger years, where a stumble might only cause minor discomfort, for seniors, these incidents can have lasting consequences that affect their health and independence. When traveling, these risks are amplified due to unfamiliar environments and unexpected obstacles, turning what should be an enjoyable adventure into a potentially dangerous situation. Travel environments often present hazards seniors might not expect. Hotels and resorts may have slippery floors, dim lighting, or steep staircases that increase the risk of accidents. Cruise ships, while luxurious, often have narrow passageways and wet decks where falls are common. Historic towns popular with tourists frequently feature cobblestone streets, uneven sidewalks, and stairs without railings, challenging even for those with good mobility. Moreover, many destinations, especially those in developing countries, lack adequate accessibility features for older travelers. Getting on and off buses, taxis, or trains can be difficult without ramps or assistance, and this can lead to dangerous stumbles. Simple things like curbs without ramps or uneven pavement can become serious obstacles. In these unfamiliar settings, a sudden fall could require emergency medical care, which might not be as prompt or advanced as what you're used to at home. Delays in treatment or lack of specialists can increase the risk of complications, infections, and extended recovery periods. Consider the experience of Robert, a 76-year-old who had always dreamed of hiking the scenic trails of the Scottish Highlands. Confident in his fitness, he set off on a guided tour, but the rocky terrain and sudden rain made the path slippery. One afternoon, while crossing a narrow footbridge, he lost his footing and twisted his ankle badly. The injury forced him to cancel the rest of his trip and required weeks of rehabilitation once he returned home. Fatigue compounds these risks significantly. Traveling involves long days filled with walking, standing, and carrying luggage, often combined with interrupted meals and poor sleep. Tiredness impairs coordination and slows reflexes, making even simple movements riskier. For seniors with arthritis, joint pain, or circulation problems, prolonged walking or standing can cause swelling and stiffness, further weakening balance. A day spent exploring museums, markets, or historic sites can quickly turn exhausting, increasing the chances of losing stability. Imagine John, a 74-year-old who, after a restless night on a noisy train, found himself unsteady while boarding a crowded bus. The combination of exhaustion, distractions, and uneven ground caused him to stumble, leading to a painful wrist sprain that cut his trip short. To protect yourself, choose destinations with good accessibility. Places with ramps, elevators, handrails, and smooth walkways. Avoid locations known for rough terrain unless you have appropriate support, like walking sticks or mobility aids. Always wear comfortable, supportive shoes with good grip. Pacing yourself is essential. Plan rest days. Avoid scheduling too many activities back to back, and stay hydrated and nourished. Listening to your body's signals, like dizziness, weakness, or pain, and stopping before exhaustion sets in can prevent many accidents. Another key tip: familiarize yourself with emergency services at your destination before traveling. Know the location of nearby hospitals and how to reach help quickly in case of an injury. Ask yourself, are you willing to adjust your travel plans to prioritize your safety? Can you accept the need for slower pacing and extra caution? Traveling smart means accepting your limits and making choices that protect your well-being. No journey is worth risking your mobility or independence. Being prepared and cautious doesn't mean giving up on adventure. It means ensuring you can enjoy many more to come. Finally, never hesitate to ask for assistance. Whether it's requesting a wheelchair at the airport, help with luggage, or guidance on navigating tricky paths, accepting help can prevent falls and reduce stress. Travel is about enjoyment and exploration. Making smart decisions ensures your trips are memorable for all the right reasons. Number 5, travel insurance and financial risk. Traveling after 70 comes with many hidden risks, and one of the most significant, yet often overlooked, is the financial danger involved. It's not just about health concerns. The financial repercussions of unexpected events during travel can be overwhelming. Many seniors believe that their current health insurance or savings will cover any issues that arise, but the reality is far more complex. Travel-related medical emergencies, sudden trip cancellations, and financial scams can quickly deplete even a carefully planned budget. A single incident can transform what was meant to be a joyful journey into a distressing financial crisis. One of the largest financial risks for seniors abroad is medical care. Most standard health insurance plans offer limited or no coverage outside their home country. This means if you get sick or suffer an injury while traveling, you might be faced with bills running into the thousands or tens of thousands of dollars. Emergency medical evacuations, where you need to be airlifted to a better equipped hospital, can cost even more. Without comprehensive travel insurance that includes international medical coverage, seniors risk either paying exorbitant amounts out of pocket or foregoing necessary care. Trip cancellations present another financial pitfall. Many seniors book their vacations months in advance, assuming their health will remain stable. However, sudden illness or other emergencies may force cancellations or postponements. Unfortunately, many airlines, hotels, and cruise lines have strict non-refundable policies, which means a last-minute change could cost thousands. Without proper trip cancellation insurance, recovering these costs can be impossible. Financial scams and fraud target senior travelers disproportionately. Scammers prey on travelers unfamiliar with their surroundings, using tactics such as fake taxis, inflated prices for basic services, or sophisticated credit card fraud schemes. Some fraudsters advertise fake vacation packages, promising luxury stays at bargain prices, only to leave seniors stranded and out of pocket. Older adults, especially those traveling alone or in unfamiliar locations, are vulnerable to these deceptive practices. Take George, a 76-year-old retiree who had saved diligently for a tropical island getaway. Excited and cautious, he booked online through what appeared to be a legitimate travel agency. Upon arrival, George discovered the hotel did not exist. A scam had wiped out his savings for accommodation. Forced to scramble last minute for a place to stay, he ended up paying twice the expected amount. What should have been a relaxing vacation quickly turned into a stressful ordeal, tarnishing his travel experience and finances. To protect themselves, seniors need to be proactive. Always verify whether your health insurance includes international travel coverage. If not, purchase a comprehensive travel insurance plan that covers medical emergencies, evacuations, and trip cancellations. When booking, use trusted and well-reviewed companies and be skeptical of deals that seem too good to be true. Carry minimal cash, keep your credit card secure, and never share sensitive financial information with strangers. While traveling can be enriching, these financial risks highlight the importance of caution for seniors. The unpredictable nature of health emergencies, coupled with the possibility of scams or costly cancellations, means that travel without adequate preparation can be a costly gamble. However, thorough planning can turn this risk into manageable steps. Research your destination's healthcare facilities, review the fine print of insurance policies, and keep an emergency fund separate from your travel budget. Understanding what your insurance covers, including pre-existing conditions and possible exclusions, is critical to avoid surprises. Also, build a strong support network before and during your trip. Inform family or close friends of your itinerary, share emergency contacts, and consider traveling with a companion if possible. Access to advice and help can make a huge difference when facing unforeseen challenges abroad, both financially and medically. Travel doesn't have to stop after 70, but approaching it with awareness and preparation is essential. By safeguarding your health and finances, you can enjoy your adventures with confidence and peace of mind. To wrap things up, we've just covered 5 major reasons why traveling after 70 carries significant risks. Risks that many seniors only fully understand when they face them firsthand. From sudden health emergencies and physical injuries to fatigue, infections, and financial pitfalls. Each of these challenges can easily transform what should be a restful and enjoyable trip into a stressful, even hazardous experience. While travel can be an exciting way to celebrate retirement, the truth is that after a certain age, it demands far more careful planning, caution, and awareness than it did in younger years. But does that mean seniors should give up on travel altogether? Absolutely not. Instead, it means rethinking how travel is approached. Rather than enduring long-haul flights, packed itineraries, and destinations that may strain the body or mind, it often makes sense to opt for shorter, closer trips and safer environments that reduce risk. Focusing on local attractions, day trips, or places with reliable medical facilities can greatly improve both safety and enjoyment. Travel should be something that enriches your life, not a source of lingering problems or health setbacks long after the journey ends. If you or someone you love is considering travel after 70, it's important to pause and reflect on the potential challenges ahead. Is your health steady enough for the trip? Do you have travel insurance that truly covers medical and financial emergencies? Have you picked destinations that are accessible and secure for your specific needs? These questions may not be the most exciting to ask, but answering them honestly can save you from unnecessary stress and complications later on. Remember, true longevity isn't just about adding more years. It's about making sure those years are lived with quality, independence, and peace of mind. Sometimes choosing to limit travel or take safer alternatives is the smartest way to protect your health and well-being. Thank you so much for spending time with us today. We'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below sharing one insight you gained and how you might apply it in your own life. Your feedback means a lot to us, and reading your thoughts keeps us motivated to create content that truly helps and inspires. If you found this video useful, please like, subscribe, and share it with others who might benefit. Thanks again for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.